Hello everybody. So for this video, somebody wanted me to do a demo review of them. And normally I just do it with the teams, so it might seem a little awkward when I do it now because I'm not talking to anybody, so I don't know their feedback, so I don't know how their team works necessarily. And what I like to focus on is the small details that eventually, like, if you do a bunch of small things wrong, you're gonna have big problems. And that's what I'm going to point out in this video. So this person said that they've done a few seasons. They did one in Maine. I don't know how well they did. And they're back to open, and they think that their matches are too close, as in they should be destroying the other team, and they feel like they're having difficulty, and that's a problem because they are such a good team that they shouldn't be. And after looking at it, I took down some notes. I only filled like a page and a half for this one because they're pretty repetitive problems. Um, I don't know. To me, it seems like it's more of a 5 people that play together than 5 people that sit down and make executes together. So like they can work together as a team, and their communication skills are great, but it seems like they haven't. And they might do scrims a lot, but it seems like they don't have any like set plans during rounds, and you can see it during round one right here. Um, Whoever Deathshot is, he buys after the time. So for whenever it's pistol round, you should already know what you're doing beforehand. Um, like you have a set. We're gonna do this on T side. We're gonna do this on CT side. So and you can see the rest of the team doesn't buy either because it seems like they just joined the server and they just started a match, which isn't true because there's a warm up. But you can watch and see right here. It's already like 5 seconds. Ugh. Within the 1 and 0 seconds, they start buying, and they don't even move from spawn for a little bit. So something like that, you can see a problem with communication maybe. And another thing I noticed is this guy buys a decoy, and he doesn't necessarily use it for the purposes that a decoy would be used. So right there is maybe like some money management issues or how he plays the game that isn't technically correct. I don't know, you could say different things about that. So basically, they're starting up right here. They have 3 going B, 2 going mid, and one thing they do wrong is the crisscross smokes actually miss mid. So I think they lose one guy. The missing smoke isn't a problem this round, but it later, I think, in a few rounds, that actually it's a huge problem and they lose people because of it. So basically what happened is, in the B main area, is that the CTs rushed them and they just killed them. So like the 2 guys that did crisscross smokes here, these guys, they just rushed aim at that point. And then it's down to a 2v2. And they know where the other guys are. Terrorists win. So that round wasn't really a problem. It's just there's nothing really you can review for that round because the CTs just pushed, and that's basically it. In round 2, I noticed that this guy right here, Falco, he buys SMG and head armor and just doesn't buy nades when his team is lacking in them and could easily help them. And also, the most common thing I see on Cash is that when people go into A main, they can all get flashed potentially. So you can see Falco here has 2100 still and no nades, and they only have 2 people on their team with nades. So basically right here they have their initial guy Falco with the SMG going in. They have 1100 spotting, I guess, and one sec. Yeah? No, I'm good. And then there's also the War Hippo guy who's spotting for them and aiming with the close peek. So basically the problem with this is it's pretty obvious, I think. If they throw a flash right here, it hits 3 people. They're all flashed. One guy rushes in, they kill this guy, and then they back up. Yeah, that's pretty much it too. And you'll see that it becomes a problem later as well. So now they have 4 people in aiming that can all get flashed. And what else goes on? Yeah, sorry, I didn't have any of this prepared, really. That's all I have for this round. Basically, they throw 1 smoke and a couple nades, but they just go in and aim dual pretty, which is alright for a second round. But I mean, if the other team bot, then they might have problems. They basically lose their SMGs. Terrorists win. And they have the Galil and 2 AKs, which is fine. Except, like, they lost 2 people on a full save, but, you know, it's fine. Round 3. Once again, you'll see an interesting buy from Falco. If you look at the money situation right now, War Hippo can buy himself and he'll have no nades. Or Lil Greasy can drop him the AK and then they can both have nades. But you see that doesn't happen, and I don't even know if Greasy buys nades this round or not. Let's see what happens from there. And that's money management. But you can see Falco just doesn't buy a gun. And I don't know, that's interesting to me. Technically, they could force buy, you know, FAMASas and stuff, and they don't. And basically, they have this continuous strat where they love mid control, and they'll rush to different spots. Look, he just comes out here without any flashes or anything, and he flashes himself, and he could just die right here. It seems like they have overconfidence at this point. And he's just running around the map. He thinks he has, like, free the world. And then he dies. The other guy gets the trade kill, but I mean, it's just a point to see it.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
This is really weird because I can't see their opinion of why they do things. So I don't know. I've never done this. Okay, so it's round 4. Another interesting buy Falco. You'll see he buys 3 nades, and then just why doesn't he buy a 4th? I don't know. And then one thing they do is it's basically the op help gets the guy into B, and then the op leaves to go back to mid. Usually you see it the opposite, but I mean it works fine for this team. And then once again you see where is he? This guy. They also, like, this team loves doing boosts. And you see it works now and it's fine, so they continue to do it. But it starts to fail and then they don't stop it. So it seems like they have this set plan of we're gonna rush mid every round and we're gonna see what we can do with that. And they have a nice default. They have one guy in Squeaky. They have like a couple guys mid. They have one guy B. You know, it's alright. And it's working for them. So they keep doing it. That guy when he's low should try to hide and let his other teammates, you know, get the kills on his team. But whatever. See that was right. Oh, that was nice right there. He flashed into tree for his teammate. So like you can see, they definitely work together as a team. and their strat's working out right now. And they go 4-0, and then it comes back 4-4, and you'll see why.
Terrorists win.
And it's because they like to do this mid and A push. They don't, like, B isn't their strong suit, I guess, and they don't do it very often. And basically, in this 5th round, they lose because they do their execute within A main. So the guys just peek them while they're throwing things. I think they all have nades out at one point, and that's obviously a problem. So once again, see, they get flashed, both of them, and they could have died to like a 5-7 buy if they rushed it. Okay, so now, you can see they have 2 people in A main, 3 now, and they go through the nades. They throw 2 AGs and a Molotov in the same spot, and that spot right there doesn't even do anything. The guy's still behind red, and there could be a guy quad, there could be a guy fence, there could be a guy forklift. They smoke off highway, which, you know, is normal. They have nobody coming out of squeaky right now, and their mid players, both of them died. I think they were boosting, and one guy was mid the garage. I'm not sure though, but they died anyway. So now, like, even if this MMRK guy just peeks before the smoke comes down and headshots one of the guys in A main. So basically, if it was 3 people alive, if that guy didn't get the deagle shot, they should still be able to do it. They got a couple head armor, a couple 5.7s, but then like against 3 AKs in head armor, and you can see like they still have nades they can use. And then they smoke off fence, and now they're stuck. Like the CTs are already here. 11, he boosts above the smokes. Like, that's one thing. If you're gonna throw out smokes, it can be a cheeky play to jump above them. But if you're surrounded, they can, and like you don't smoke off catwalk. They see you jumping onto it, and you don't know where they are. And yeah, so they lose the round.
Counter-terrorists win.
Because basically this failed because they didn't have an execute. They had, let's throw shit into the site and let's hope we can capture it. Yeah. Basically, like, I don't really see a need that I had to review this demo for them. Anybody could watch this one and see problems. Okay, so now we're into round 6. Oh yeah, so round 6 is where the problem with the crisscross smokes comes into place. With the smokes, you can actually smoke off this entire gap right here in the middle. You can do this, like a huge line. But their smokes only do this, and you'll see why that'll be a problem. The guy, he can see, so he just walks right by it. So if you make a wall of smokes, they have a fear, because what if you're standing right behind it? But if you can see the edge through the edge of the smoke, you know nobody is right behind it. So the guy just comes in and, like, luckily they get the trade kill, but now they know there's a guy outside of vents and he's stuck. Because I think the John guy goes on the spool. Yeah, he does. And then they see him there, and there's problems. So they know one guy's there. So there's 3 other guys that are, you know, unknown. They have one guy in B, they have one guy in A, so they should be alright. Another problem with this one, I'll go back a little bit. When they come in to B, you'll see who throws what smoke. Oh, they're taking this again. They also have a little bit of like no fear, and they just run in right there. There could be a checker that kills them. Look where their smokes are thrown. You see one goes deep in heaven, right? And they molly off. They molly off headshot, which is nice. They actually miss the generator, so You gotta fix that. And you'll see one smoke comes in CT, and then you'll see another one. So why is that happening? Like, people should have, if maybe they don't have defined roles, but at least call out if you smoke something. And then for some reason, checking the Falco guy again. They're playing for checkers, which is nice. But then, because they have so many checkers, so that's fine. It's a really underutilized plant. Now right here, Falco he can just sit right here, and the guy has to peek left and right, and he won't know where to go. But by peeking, the other guy just kills him. And now instead of a 3v4, and they don't know the health, they don't know the op is almost dead, it's a 2v4, and I think they lose this round. Yeah, they do, obviously. He gets opped. This guy, they figure out where he is, because he's not inside at all. So they lose that round.
Bomb has been defused.
Like, so if you have B site and Heaven and CT are smoked off, also like when they had another smoke, they could have re-smoked CT, something like that, with the double Heaven. But when you have B, you can just hide, because there's a lot of different spots. Like, you could be a headshot, you could be behind the safe box, you could be this drawing thing kind of sucks. You could be behind black box, you could be behind I don't know what these are actually called. People call them different things is why. Some people call it triple, some people call it cat plant. You could be sitting here in checkers. You could just be sitting here and they would have no idea. You could be in the middle of checkers, you could be under a vent, you could be hiding along the sides of B main by the boxes, you could be right here. There's so many spots that they have to check when they come down. You can be under Heaven, like the whole thing. But by peeking, they know where you are. So even if they die, you get a kill. They'll trade kill you is the problem, because you have less people. You can't be peeking. You can't be going for those risky plays necessarily.
Terrorists win.
Okay, so we're gonna watch here. Again, they do the boost, and again it fails. And at this point, you should be like, they can still buy. He throws the gun to his friend, which is fine. When you see that your boost keeps failing, you have to have different plays. It seems like they only have one play, and that's to always boost, to always get this mid control. And obviously, Cash is a very mid control based map, but it's not do or die. You can win rounds without having mid control. So Lagrisi comes out here, and he dies. So now it's a 4v5 at the start of the round, basically, and this happens a lot. And it's just, so like, I feel like this team, I don't know anything about them, but I feel like this team has a ton of confidence with their aim. But if your aim fails, you have to come back on strats. And if you can't come back on strats, then you don't have anything as a team, and you just lose rounds because of it. And then, so the B player doesn't know. Let me see this guy. He doesn't know that nobody's mid. Communication issues. How he was told how the plan works, maybe. Because I don't know. This guy right here, he's just waiting, and then the guy backs up into his crosshair. And I mean, at that point, it's 3v5. You're kind of fucked. They come in. They come into A, and they don't really throw anything. Like, look at all the nades they have. They have 2 smokes they could still use. So why don't they use them? Okay, there goes one for highway. After they're already in, like, After they've already shown that they kind of want to go A. And then I don't know, it falls apart from here. They lose their aim battles. That smoke isn't even good. See, he just shoots right through the crack. So now you can see, like, I don't know, maybe the team's tilting. I don't know what's going on in their head. So they decide, let's do, I think it's a Tech 9 rush speed. Is this round? Let's see. Yeah, okay. And then that guy, he evens out the money by buying that armor. So if they lose, they can still buy, so it's not a problem. Basically, their op misses the shot, like an easy shot, and he's also exposed, and his teammate isn't there to back him up necessarily, which I don't know. Like there's a lot of problems with that, and then the other guy in sight dies too. So now it's a 3v3, or no, it's a 3v3. You have a guy with a M4 no armor, you have an op head armor. But mostly what I like to point out in this round is what Greasy does. So I saw Happy do this in, I don't know, a game a couple of days ago. Basically, Happy sat behind this box forever and waited. And then you'll see if Lil Greasy waited a little bit longer, the other guy might not kill him. So basically, now it's a 3v2. You have this, you don't have bomb, but you can get the bomb, you can plant wherever you want. They could be big flanking, you don't know that. But you still have two smokes, so you can smoke off B main, you can smoke off heaven, you can smoke off CT, and what happens is he plants for checkers, I think, and I don't know, you can just see what happens. I think they smoked off CT to get the bomb and heaven. Yeah, plants for checkers. Which is great, you know, you have a guy in checkers, you plan for checkers, what could go wrong? So, yeah. So now, he peeks and the guy kills him. If he waits a little bit longer, the guy comes into that opening to checkers, and maybe fires a shot. Even if that guy kills his teammate, so then it becomes a 2v2, and then Greasy peeks, kills him, now it's a 2v1. They win the round just because it's a 2v1. You have a guy with an M4 and a Tech 9. You have a guy with an op Tech 9 head armor against one person. You shouldn't lose. And then I think this round just absolutely falls apart. The op misses, and then this guy misses. He gets aim punched a little bit, but he gets one, and then almost kills a second. So you see, like, they almost won, even though the little guy just dies. That's still a big problem. What I'm seeing is, from at least the little guy, maybe he doesn't have a lot of experience in the game. He keeps peeking things he shouldn't be peeking. Or at least, it's not just him, it's a couple people on the team. So yeah, now it's round 9.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
9. Yeah, okay, so in my notes here I have that they've done one set play, and it's because they have. I have something about Falco's nade, so let's look at that. So you see, like, what do they have so far? They have this amazing mid control, but what else do they have? They have 3 people watching through garage opening. What's that gonna do for you? It's either your team hits a shot or not. You're not, like, sure, you're gonna have 2 people looking at the same spot, they'll hit the shot, but you're losing map control all over the place. So you have a guy in B, which is nice. You have a guy boosting some other guy, or no, he's already boosted. and I guess after he boosted, he ran into garage. We have nothing A. What if they just push squeaky? Or they push main? Then, like, you don't have anything. Like, they know you're not A, so they can play around that. So you get 1 kill highway. I mean, Z, I think it was. And then you almost get another kill highway. And you can see how they, like, reappropriate their defense. They just do the split. They do the 2-2. So now you do, see, like right now, when the Z, so you had a Z smoke before. When your Z smoke fades and everybody's middle, you have to re-smoke it immediately. If there was a guy there, he could have flashed out and done some like tremendous damage. If the guy who rotated to B went middle instead. But you do smoke it, and what happens with this guy? You know, look, they got 2 low people, 2 people at 100. It's great. Okay, so you got a minute left. You have 4 people mid. You can do whatever you want. The only problem that I see with this is what if they have some guy that pushes squeaky comes to garage and like flanks you all, or at least gets information on where you are. So that could be a problem. This flash right here looks really cool, but it actually doesn't do anything. As you see, it's at least I don't think it does. I think it stops right before the wall. But yeah, you got a bunch of people mid, and now you start going B. Like, okay, so when you do this, there's a huge risk. What if there's a guy? What if they have a guy that comes up A and is just sitting here? He hears noise, and then even if he just watches you all come here, that's a problem because then they know they can get ready. Or if he's sitting here and he kills you crossing, then you have mid, and that's it. Then like you're stuck because they know where you are. So yeah. So you throw your CT smoke, which misses by a long shot. One of your guy gets opt. Another guy gets opt. Okay, so also, let's see what. I think you still have a lot of nades.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah. You still have like a molly. You could. I didn't see a single flash into the site. You just run in. You think you can out-aim them. So you got a guy in checkers. Checkers is free, or at least you don't know. He could be behind the box, but you assume he isn't. So there could be a guy heaven, in sight, or a CT. So he's trying to smoke out CT. That doesn't work. Your checkers guy should call out where he is, so you can already like pre-aim. And you almost do, but you die. And then that guy dies to the CT guy, and basically it's over. You know, obviously. So 1v3, you have a guy coming in from B.
Counter-terrorists win.
So now you have money you can buy if you want. You do. You're low on nades, but your team doesn't use nades, so it's not a problem, right? Who am I watching this round? So you see, everybody's coming out towards A, right? Except for one guy. Who is it? Okay, it's Greasy. So I assume there's some communication problem here. Because why would you run out, not smoke mid, then go all the way back and re-smoke mid? You have to have your plan before the round starts, or at least have a generalization of what you're gonna do. So look, your boost gets mollied, and you just wait it out. Right? You know, like that's normally fine, except you're doing a triple boost here. If this doesn't pay off, like, or if you even have a little bit of problem, you should just stop boosting. It's not working out for your team. So you know, you get out mid, you smoke CT off. They're like, you know what? We lost a guy. Let's back off. We're not doing mid this round. So you know, you scare them off mid, right? That's your end goal. But what if they have a guy like pushed up Squeaky or something, and he comes wraps around A main, or he wraps around garage? You don't know where the other team is, and that could be a problem. The other team, you're lucky. The other team never rushes. Or at least they don't change their play. They're always sitting super passive in spots. And the way to do that is you flash a lot, or you throw Molotovs. You have to get them out of their spots, but you don't do that, even when you have nades. It's almost like you buy the nades and don't use them. So what do you have right here? You have 3 people mid, and you have 1 guy in A main, right? This could be, you know, easy. No, not easy, but it's definitely doable when you wrap A. You know, you get a kill there, you lose a guy, but it's a 3v1 on a site, and now you have the site. So now it's 3v2. You have a molly, you have a smoke, and 4 flashes against an op with nades and an AK. He dies. That's fine though. Well, okay, so like right now, what if? So you have a guy planting for A main, which is great, and you have, I don't know how to word this, but like you have a guy sitting right here, right? He's watching a toll booth. What if this guy right here was like a little bit earlier, and he just comes in and shoots that guy? Like, because Greasy's not watching anything, he could just die. I assume he's trying to hide from this guy, but I don't really know what's going on. And you'll see, you almost lose the round. So he kills that guy. He could easily died. He mollies that off. He smokes that off. Okay, that's nice. This guy comes up. He knows where he is, so he kills him. And okay, so if you're gonna do a trade kill, you have to immediately get the trade kill. Cause look, you shot a couple times. He can shoot again. If he kills you right there, the round's over and you lose. And you basically just threw the round. You planted for A main. Why don't you just go A main? Like, there's nothing. You gave like a, so you know he has an op. So obviously it's gonna be, he could smoke you off A main, and then he kills you there. But by going for this kill and playing it like off is not a good move. Maybe you could have, maybe like he has an op, you sit behind quad or something. And I don't know, it's just rushing him and like rushing him and not getting the kill is a very big problem.
Terrorists win.
Okay, so this is round 11. And I guess I don't have notes on it. What happens? Okay, you sent 2 guys. Squeaky. Okay, so right now, like, what do you have? You don't have this entire side of the map, and that's fine. Like, a lot of your plays are rushes, but you have to learn how to maybe take things slow. Like, for instance, you always rush to take mid. You should try to, like, slow down, make a default. Have, you know, like what you did in the beginning. Have, you know, 1 guy here. 1 guy here, 1 guy here. 1 here, 1 here, maybe, because you like the boost a lot. Like, if the CTs ever rushed B, or they ever rushed A on any round, they could get so much information. Because they come here, they see 2 guys here. That could be, you know, like, you could get something from that. So let's see, how does this go? Okay, your boost falls and then you rotate to mid, right? so let's see. How does this take work? So you molly out quad, you smoke off highway, and you come in. You got a trade kill. That's nice, right? And then you lose aim duels, because why don't you throw grenades over behind red? Because they've been playing that spot every round, I think, and you don't have an answer for it. So maybe if you throw a Molotov behind red, you know, he's not there, or you smoke off quad and you molly behind red. Something you have to. That guy has been there the entire time. I think I could be easily wrong, but I think that's what happens. And then now it's a 2v4. There's basically nothing you can do. Like, what I'm trying to say is, there's a lot of teams that do this. Like, you have 4 people here or 3 people here, and you throw smokes that they completely cover the site. You got like a cat smoke, you have a highway, you have a quad. Why don't you you should try different things. And then there's some teams that literally just like to throw flashes into the site, like 5 of them, and they all run in backwards.
Bomb has been planted.
Like, I feel like what you do isn't working out for you. And then basically, you got like 3 kills, but it's a 2v4.
Bomb has been defused.
You got the bomb plant,
Counter-terrorists win.
but that wasn't a bomb plant round. That's a round where you should just win. Okay, so I don't remember who it is, who the crisscross smoke people are, but there's a problem. Let's see, who is it? Okay, this guy. So you're looking at War Hippo. War Hippo's like, okay, we're doing crisscross smokes. At least this is what I can tell from what goes on here. So he lines up in his spot. He stares at the other guy that isn't doing it. So you should have an idea of what's going on in this round. Like, if you're doing crisscross smokes, that's something you do at the beginning of the round. That's not something you wait on. So if that's going to happen or not, that should be stated. Maybe, you know, he just had a different plan, I don't know. But that's still a problem. If he has a different plan than the team, you gotta sort that out. So right now you have, I think in this entire round, you have nobody going A. So basically, I don't know, like, what if they do this? He even just peeks out here and sees nothing. And then there's nobody boost. And every time you go A, you boost. That's something they've noticed. So they see nobody's here. And they see nobody's here, and they see nobody's here. They're gonna do a B play because you haven't done any fakes. So basically, he doesn't know exactly what he's doing. I don't know. You have a simple, like, I guess this is a B split. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then there's this. So you throw a smoke down mid, right? It's not even one of your crisscross smokes. Maybe if you threw the left side smoke. Basically what you did is you threw this. There's a gap on this side. There's a gap on this side. And if you're gonna come out here, jump on the box and come in to checkers, he can see and kill you. You're lucky. As you see, he just misses his shots. He could have easily died. You hurt him a lot, but that should not have happened. I don't see that ever happening again. So now they see 2 going up to vent, and I think you did this once. I know you did it once, maybe twice. This is gonna be your B split play. They know what's going on. So you can even see they start doing some rotations. One guy. So now they have 3 B. So they're sure you're going B. So they have 3 here. They send their A guy down to mid. They shouldn't know what you're doing. Like, it shouldn't be that obvious. And then basically, people shooting everywhere. You plant safe, you know, you get the bomb plant, that's nice. But ultimately you just die because you don't. He's trying to throw all of his, you know, nades, which is fine. But he dies. Yeah.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
So you see, like, you out of the 7 rounds you've lost so far, you have 4 bomb plants, which is really good. But if you can't do anything, if you can't close it out, then that's a problem. Here you have 4 guys alive. I think these were. And you have 1, and then 1, and then 2 again. I think 2 of those were ecos, 2 of those weren't. You had to figure out, like, as a team, once you get the plant, if you have this many people alive, who goes where, who watches what. There's a lot of people watching same spots and similar things like that happening. So basically, I don't have a lot of notes because it seems like you used to repeat the same things over. You don't have a lot of like mid-game calling. It seems, hey, we're gonna do our 8 take, and that's probably all you're saying. And like this person always boosts this person always peaks mid. I don't know, it's eco, there's not much you can do here. I think, actually, like there might be on the smoke.
Counter-terrorists win.
I know in 1 round, there's a gap in the smoke. Okay, it's not this one. And they throw it anyway. Yeah, you die, I think, in this round.
Terrorists win.
I mean, that's fine. Okay, round 14. You boost once again, and you die. And then the A main problem comes back. So it's like I was saying before, I can't. It's not easy to analyze what you're doing wrong if you keep doing the same things wrong. So, you know, Lil Greasy always gets boosted. I think they just threw a nade that he dies. So right now, you can't keep boosting. Like, it's not working at all. You're 4v5 now in round 14, and your money is not looking so good. If you lose this, you're kind of fucked. So yeah, what are you gonna do? You have one guy very passive in B. He's waiting for him to rush. You have a guy in Squeaky. The A main problem again. I don't have to show it, but basically you're just looking forward. You have to have one guy walking backwards, or one guy that has some crazy spawn that can get behind the box. So like, look right here, he's flashed. And yeah, these guys, they're both flashed. They're both blind. A guy comes in with a gun and kills you, but the other, you're lucky. The other team never rushes. They don't do anything aggressive as CTs, and they always have this guy right here, or some guy right there. He's gonna play behind red because you haven't abused him at all. They actually have 2 right now. 2 in the bomb plant zone. Let's see, where is he? It's this guy and this guy. Yeah. See, look, they're standing so close. One molly and it splits them apart. Things like that. And let's see, look. So the 1100 guy did it perfectly there. He's standing backwards the entire time, just waiting, and then 2 flashes come in and he turns around. That's perfect. Like, why can't you just do that the entire time? I don't know, maybe you learned how to do that mid-game, but that's something you should already know. Let's see what goes on over here. Oh yeah, basically, so you send one guy in B, the really passive guy, and he's like, and then you have another guy that comes in, and then just leaves. So I don't know if this was team communication. You have a guy here that comes here, You have a guy here that like comes here and then leaves. I don't know if it's communication or something, but this guy dies because he doesn't check here. He could have died right there that second, but he dies in a couple seconds. To that guy, the crab. So now you're in an even worse spot. You have a 3v5 now. So off, by the way. You throw a fence. So okay, so these are things I don't think I have to explain, but I do. So watch what this op or this M4 does. That might be a bugged smoke, by the way. I think you get op through smoke actually. Okay, so I don't know where that molly on forklift came from. I hope it's there. So if that was yours, then it's way too late. They molly the bomb site, so you can't plant. You smoke it off. That guy should have killed you. Now it's a 2v3. You get the bomb plant.
Bomb has been planted.
You shouldn't be going for trade kills on a 2v3. You should literally just both be hiding. Because that guy could easily just kill both of you right there. And then you don't know where the third guy is, and you get caught throwing smoke.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
Okay, and here you do a fast retake. Basically what I would have done is I see either their B players are terrible or they're not holding correct angles. Because every time you go B, it works perfectly fine. The beginning part of B. You get in the bomb, so you get a plane, you still have a lot of people alive. Which, you know, is normal for a B site. You kill him. You think there's a second guy at B, that's fine. Okay, right here. So I'm looking at Falco for like on purpose right now. So nobody went in checkers, so there could be a guy checkers, you don't know that. But it seems like you don't even care if there's a guy checkers. You run into the bomb site, you smoke off CT, and Falco decides to watch Heaven. Now the problem with that is the Heaven guy can still shoot you without Falco being able to see him, because it's a tremendously different angle. And you see that happens. Now, he has all this time in the world right now. Well, he should just throw a smoke. He has one. Your guy solo going into the bomb site, that's a problem right there. Dies. So what do? Now you throw a Molotov and a smoke, but it's too late. Your team's already falling apart. Now, you're lucky that they all come CT. Because if one guy came into vents, he would have just killed you all. Or if one guy ever pushed A, then, or this way, then he big flanks you and you die. Because you guys never check B after playing. Obviously they come in and they aim kill you.
Counter-terrorists win.
Okay, and now I'll switch sides. And so if you look at it, you got, 5 rounds. That's not terrible. I mean, 5-10 is an alright score. It's just the fact that you could have gotten way more. And I don't know, these pistol rounds seem like a joke to me. These ones right here. So you bought 4 armor as a season. That's... You don't have anything smoked off. If they rush anywhere, you die. And I mean, it's cash. You smoke off A main, you can smoke off mid. easy spots, which do a lot, like that slow down a push a lot, especially for a pistol round. But you push B main, I think. You follow the steps of the other team. And you see there's nobody B, right? That's great. And then, okay, so this is a great plan. You have a guy set up in Sunshine Room, and then the other guy rotates off. That's great, because they're not going to come beat you. You either hear the vent, or he would just hear them running by, or he can peek it at like 5-second intervals to see if they're there. That's great. Now this forklift action kind of confuses me. So why doesn't he just stay forklift? Maybe there's a hole in the smoke that I can't see, but to me he should just stay forklift. I don't know, you have a guy at fence. You can make a cross angle there. And meanwhile they're coming out mid and kill a guy. And you have a guy that flanked you flanked him. That's great. But, okay, he gets one. I think he might have gotten two, I don't know. Now you know there's a guy highway. I think the guy from A main is shooting. And there's a decoy on Z. So with that info, you're perfectly fine. The bomb's down. There's like you have no problems. You lose one guy.
Terrorists win.
Rounds. You basically did to them what they were doing to you. You were running out places, and they just shot you down. So now you buy your SMGs, your FAMASs. I think you buy 2 FAMASs, maybe? Yeah. And your P90. Your P90 is... You gotta know how to work that gun if you're gonna use it. So, on your CT side, there's a big problem that I see. You don't do it in this round, but you have this huge presence on mid control once again. Like, why is this guy just running across mid? Maybe just in case there's a mid rush, you have 2 people. That's fine. But if it's a reason other than that, there's no reason. So this round they do a B rush, and Falco is in a great spot. P9. And he gets a quad. So that's a ton of money.
Terrorists win.
Look at his money right now. 66.50. So now you're like, they didn't get 2 bomb planes. Either they could do... I mean, like, they can't... Okay, they can't buy. They would just be terrible. So, you're like, no bomb plants. Okay, let's just do things. Because they haven't even been getting kills is the problem. So they don't even have kill money. Like 300 each. So you know they can't buy anything. He decides to rush B, which is fine. I think he dies though, yeah. So he dies to a CZ. I mean, it sucks. You know, I don't know. You can take it how you want. Okay, but you'll see. So you have a guy in vent. Every round. Why did that go? Every round. And that's a... They could abuse you so much. They do it like the last rounds. So this round, I think he gets almost a kill. Okay, so you get the guy... Okay, so this is... I think this is round 18. Yeah, okay, so right now, your guy, Lil Greasy, gets a kill from Sunshine Room. And he was on the right side, here, like on my screen, behind the wall. So it's not advantageous to play the same spot, because they are 100% going to check it. If somebody dies, and then they call out where they die, they're going to check it. There's no, like, ifs, ands, or buts about that. And... I don't know, he could throw a smoke if he wants. He could do something, but he just chooses to sit. And you'll see this other guy comes up. He's already looking at your spot. Okay, no, that guy dies. So, you've gotten 2 kills from there. They're just sitting mid. They're doing nothing. They're basically like, where can we rush? That's their ideology right now. This guy, he's running. Ow! Just looks right at you and kills you. So now you could at least move to the other side of Sunshine Room. Something. So right now, they don't have armor, but they have 2 guns and a deagle. They could definitely kill you. You have 1 kit, a few nades. Do you even use the nades?
Bomb has been planted.
Okay, so you use 1. There we go, yeah. So you're starting to use your nades on the side, which is good. Okay, and right here, you should have died. Why don't you just play your pistol and hit him a couple times? You know he doesn't have armor. You have a USP. Isn't it like 3 shots or something? 4 shots to the body? 1 headshot? Oh, that could have gone really poorly. Okay, so you won that round though, so that's nice.
Bomb has
So you can already see.
Counter-terrorists
You've won 3 rounds in a row. That's great. You know, CT side cash. Okay, so then there's one thing I really don't like. And when you're throwing a smoke like A main, there's a ton of ways to abuse it if it's slightly off. Like there could be a gap easily in the left or the right side. And when he does a smoke like this, it scares me. I'm gonna see if this one actually like connects, but okay, this one's really far out, so they could use that, such as like they could flash and then have a guy stand right here, something like that. It's just if it's in a perfect spot, you go to the truck, you throw it in between the letters. You know where it's going every round. You know how to. You don't even have to question it. Like there could be a guy that comes out and walks left into forklift in that little spot that you can't see, like to the little bit to the left of his crosshair, and you won't know. Also, there's a spot right here that I noticed that you have to take care of. It's layer, per se. And there's a specific second. So you can see where people are looking.
Counter-terrorists win.
So you have, I think this guy's watching boost, and then you have 2 watching main. And then this 1100 guy rotates off, right? What happens right here? You have a guy in vents, and then it looks like both of your players are going to A, so you're going to do a 3-1-1, which is perfectly fine, right? You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But then you'll see the little gray guy turns back to mid. So why didn't he just stay mid the entire time? That's like, there's some communication problem there. You don't have set roles, and I see that, because I think you changed around your mid player a couple times. Well, one of your mid players. So what else happens in this round? Oh yeah, so Falco could have easily gotten destroyed. He's playing late into the round. He's playing in this first checker door. He could easily die. So he doesn't know if there's a guy Sunshine or not. He's hoping that there's not. See, he's watching that cross angle and the left door. Or that's the right door. So like right now, if the guy peeks, he actually can't see him because his scope doesn't show the right side of the door frame. So he could have easily gotten destroyed there. Let's go look at A though. Because this is where they're obviously going. And they do the same thing that you did, and you can see why you win the round. Basically, they throw crap out, and then they have nothing to show for other than their aim, which doesn't come in. They just get out aimed.
Counter-terrorists
Easy, right? And then you get some kill B, I think. I don't know, but I don't know. You can see why you won the round, and that's exactly what you guys did. And this goes back to the thing where you said you're winning open, but you were having problems in main. You're just you don't have setups, and if you do, they're not good, I guess. So, how did he die? He died to John. Oh, I guess he just got a really quick mid... Oh, yeah, I know this round. Okay, so... Watch what a War Hippo does. And, you know, a lot of people do this.
Counter-terrorists win.
And it's easily fixable, you just don't do what you did. So basically, he throws the smoke, and then he goes to throw a Molotov, and he dies. Because he's not even looking at A main. His eyes are... He's trying to make sure he gets this Molotov correct. So he throws the Molotov, the guy kills him. So something simple you could do is, you throw the smoke, and then you wait 2 seconds till it goes off, and then you throw the Molotov. Even if you're playing solo mid, that's fine. It's the fact that he peeks you when you're not even looking at him, and you have a grenade out. So even if you see him, you can't flick to him because you don't have a gun. Yeah. So let's see, what else? Okay, so you see this guy, right? Your mid player dies, so you rotate one guy mid, that's fine. He throws a flash to get himself in. That's fine, right? You know, he'll stay mid. You'll see what you can do from there. I'll just spot it. So he goes, he sees nothing. And then he rotates back to A. That's also fine. But why does your B player come and take mid? Why does little Greasy come and take mid after the fact? It seems weird because for a moment you have one guy A, one guy B, and 2 guys mid. So you can see if they take a site, you're doing a 3-man retake against 5 people. Or 4 people, let's put it that way. Because maybe he gets a kill first. That's not advantageous. Now, if you have 2 guys A, 1 guy mid, and 1 guy B, and they come A, then there's 2 people here against 5, and that's a lot better odds of at least getting. You can get like 3 kills, 4 kills maybe. You know, if they don't get trades correctly, and you already know that. You know, it's an open team. Maybe they're not the best. They don't know. Their trades might not be great. Let's put it like that. And you know this because you know you have this mentality of you've done main, so open should be a breeze. That's how you're thinking. So let's see this guy. Why is he checking highway? I mean, you have a guy mid, right? You had 2 guys mid. And then you're still checking him. That's not good. You have no reason. Your other guy dies. I mean, there's not much he could do, but let's say somebody sprays through from forklift, and you triangulate where his spray is, and you kill him. That's a lot more beneficial than looking at your teammate. And you see he comes in, kills the planter, and he goes straight. And then Falco just gets flashed a lot over here. Oh, what's your money like? It's not so good. Basically, he's out in the open, so he's come in and dies. So then you go on an eco. I think you all buy 5.7s, right? No, this might be the full save one, I guess. Okay, there's one thing I don't like about how people buy. So, the assumption, you're going to lose this round and you're going to buy, right? You've lost 1 round. You're like, I assume that you're assuming you're not going to win this. So you see a guy with 2350. He's not going to have a great buy next round. But if Corrupt maybe throws him a P250, because he has 4350. If he throws him a P250, then both of them, then Deadshot's money doesn't go even lower in the pits, and 11 kind of rounds himself off with the team. Now maybe you want to do ops or something, I don't know, but it's better to keep your money even if you don't 100% have everything mapped out, and you don't know exactly how much
Counter-terrorists
money
win.
you'll have. This is around 21. And also, I'll give you an example of why you easily should have won this round. I mean, this map, and I think it's in a couple rounds. It's basically, I don't know. This isn't really important. It's just Nico. That guy dies. That guy dies. This guy's about to die. And then I think they just... I'm gonna get one kill on that. Okay, so... I mean, it didn't work out this time. Actually, yeah, it does. So... Let's say the 11 guy bought Deadshot a P250. Deadshot could either buy another flash or a HE with that 300, and Corrupt would have not gotten the Molotov and gotten an HE instead. So you can see, like, obviously this time it was very minimal. It's like a small problem, but that can be extremely tremendous. Like, let's say Deadshot could only get a FAMAS and a flash, and he doesn't even have a smoke. Like, that could be a big problem. He doesn't have this odd throw smoke. So let's see what's going on this round. This is 22. If you look, you have your triple mid again, which is insane. Like, what if they just rush A? You're kinda screwed. But of course, this team doesn't do fast takes very often either, which is weird. So you get your teammate to shoot open the door. You're always in this vent. They should start pre-firing it, but they don't. And I don't know. I think this might be the round where you get a couple of kills from here. So you're getting free shots on the other team, right? Okay, that guy dies. There's too low, too high. This round is, you know, it's not over. They could win, but it's a lot harder than it should be. You know where the guy is because it's boosted. Your shots don't connect. That's fine. You cannot let him shoot at you, though. That's a little funny. Eventually your teammate helps you out there.
Counter-terrorists win.
Okay, so you only lost 2 people there. That's great. I don't know. The other team is just playing poorly. That's really what it comes down to. Next round's bye. You'll see why I say that. So here they do like a almost semi-full buy, I guess. Oh, that kind of looks disgusting. Now it's not so bad. So you throw your main smoke, you have 3 people middle again. You're like, middle is very important to us. Okay, yeah, so it didn't actually get the boost. Or, I mean, it did, but it didn't get it. That guy falls off. You re-Molotov it, that's interesting. They throw a smoke. And, okay, this guy's funny. So he's burning, right? He has 6 health. Look what he decides to do. He decides to just jump off. Because he's freaking out. There's a Molotov on him. So, the other team, what happened there is they just lost a smoke. And they suicided the player. So you get no income when you suicide. So you'll see if he has money problems. But basically, somehow, they still come out and they kill 2 of your guys. Like, I don't... That seems a little odd, right? You have this this triple mid. That should never happen. Like you have the manpower and like they can't, you know, maybe they're coming out of a smoke or that smoke. If that smoke fades and you have 3 people mid and that's not re-smoked, that's our problem. So now they come in, they come B. Can't like get to dead shot. That's, I don't know. Low Greasy, you know, he kills a few people. That's great. And then you come in and you clean it up as the guy runs across.
Counter-terrorists win.
Okay, so right now, look at this buy that they have. They have a guy with... Okay, so their money's not even. Let's put it that way. They have a guy with 13 and a guy with 23. So, this guy bought himself an AK, this John guy. This one guy has a Tech 9 body armor, and this guy has CZ body armor. And then one guy just has a Glock. Oh, he has a P250. But, like, their money is not in sync at all. They shouldn't win this round because they have 3 people without armor. And then like next round they're gonna have like, a terrible buy. I don't know why they did that at all. But, like this is what you're playing against, so you were correct when you said you should have easily won. You just have to work on your game plans, I guess.
Counter-terrorists win.
Okay, so they heard event pop, and you've been in there before, and they still can't kill you. Like, it just astonishes me. That would have been a smart nade. Like, I mean, it is a smart nade. If that hit, that would have been, you know, pretty nice. That guy saw your barrel right there, so he knows where you are. But I think he still dies. You don't know where he is. Let's see what happens. Like, how did he die? Okay, and number 1, he died when he knew where you were. Number 2, he just dropped the bomb, so you just throw Molotovs on him. Like, that is... I don't know, that's a little sad to watch. And then... So, if you're the terrorist side, and the people that are alive have 0 and $250, and you're not going to buy next round. You should almost just die, cause and they don't. They do a save. They save these 2 guns.
Counter-terrorists win.
And then look at their buy this round. So they have a guy with 4,000 that buys a CZ. He could have bought, you know, he could have bought AK head armor. So could the Haxton guy. And then the Marks guy gets a Tech 9 head armor, and then like everybody has a couple people have nades, right? That's an okay buy. That's not the worst. But look what they do. CZ body armor. So I guess everybody else thinks it's like an ego. Oh no, okay, so they do buy. I guess that guy really likes the CZ. Yeah, and the Merc guy gets a scout. So that was weird. they could have had like 4 AKs, right, or something? I don't know why they don't. They molly you in oh, it's not. Yeah, it is this round. They molly your vent, and the molly doesn't even hit you, but you freak out and you run away. Like, the molly does reach the beginning, but I think it misses the main part that they're going for. Wow, we can't see that for shit. See that molly? Yeah, see, it's not roasting the back of the vents. Maybe you can't see that, I don't know. Okay, so now we're gonna look at what happened with your mid. We're gonna look at that. Cause you see everybody. And look, they're doing. And it wasn't working out, and I don't know why they're copying it. So let's see. Oh, does a scout just hit you 3 times? If that happens, then you shouldn't get 3 peaks. You should just die. We'll see. Okay, so your B player gets hit once. Your mid gets scouted. This guy... Okay, so... You're all just taking damage from long range. Okay, so you see how there's a guy? You're peeking... You're like... Okay, so you're peeking garage, and you're looking at boost. So I don't... That could never work out, right? You can't see through the box. This guy ran away because he's hurt. He should express that he's falling off mid. Maybe he does too late or something, I don't know. Your B player's really hurt. Or one of your B players, you have this guy. Oh, no. Okay, he does have full buff. That was weird. So basically you give up mid, I think, or you die. Okay, so... Okay, so you have 1 injured person on highway falling off. You have 1 injured person like sitting behind Z, and you have... Why isn't it showing their health? You have 1 injured person coming to A. So that's fine. You have the equivalent. You have like 3 people, 2 injured at A, and maybe you'll have 1 injured, 1 healthy at B. That's fine. See repig mid. Okay, he doesn't. He should just go A. Do 3A, 2B. Or if he wants, do 3B, 2A. Okay, there we go. He has a very defensive position, that's great. And basically you win, because they just run onto the site. Like, they could have just killed all of you, but they... I don't know, they were just running around, the other team. I assume it's because they had a terrible buy or something. And then, I don't know, these rounds are easy as well. There was something I never knew.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorist. Counter-terrorists win.
I think my demo's bugged. This is weird.
Counter-terrorists win.
Yeah, I think my number is wrong. I don't know, but basically that's the game, and you guys win. Obviously this is like a terrible video. I've never done this before. I usually talk to people directly. But I hope you see like what your problems are and how maybe as a team you can go bring it back, structure yourself, make defaults at least. If that's the least you can do is like make a strat. It's like if you're gonna play Mirage and you have no smokes for A. That's what you're doing on Cache. You're just running in and you're coming up ramp and you're throwing smokes places from ramp, which is really bad because you just get shot, and that's what does happen to you. So just try to make defaults on places, and if you want to talk to me, just PM me.